If you stand for nothing, then what will you fall for? And yes, this is me quoting Hamilton's musical, actually. I'm not gonna be ashamed, but I'm guilty of it. I get it. But I think this is an important message. I think it's an actually very strong statement. If you don't have your own principles, if you don't have your own goals or your own path, then what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to lose everything for? That's the simple question. If you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? Right? And standing on something means to have a position, to decide on something, to be divisive, to be someone that stands on a particular path or that stands on a particular moral decision that's going to be important in your life. And that's your decision. I'm not telling you which position you have to take. It's simply to say you have to make one of your own, the one that actually fits your own moral systems or basic, most fundamental principles. But that's the whole thing. Like, in my case, and it's not that I want to be over exaggerating with my case or anything, it's just, I guess, the simplest example I could possibly give. I know that I want to stand on the vanguard side of history. I want to make changes. I want to push the frontiers. I want to feel that I'm actually doing some impact. And if I'm in a place where I am not doing that anymore, where I am not growing and I am not expanding my knowledge in order to increase these opportunities of impact, then I'm just wasting my time. If I'm repeating myself, if I'm just doing stuff over and over, even if despite the fact that I am earning money, that's not my way to go. And this is just freely speaking, because I don't know if you're gonna feel like that. I guess this will find the ones who actually feel like that. But that's the important part. You have a principle. You have something to stand for. And the idea of this is you might take a lot of risks, because that's what taking a stand means. It means that you are going to establish a fundamental position. You're going to establish a pivotal point, a point that you're not going to move from. You're creating a pillar in a way, and that's kind of the important part, because now that you have something to stand for, now that you decided to go or to fight for something in particular, for some principle or for something, for a goal or anything like that, you earn clearance, a clear perspective on what are you willing to take, what are you willing to accept in order to go for that principle, in order to embrace that principle. That's kind of the whole idea. And I'm not saying it's easy. Even in my case, it's not easy, because standing on a particular principle, standing on something, taking a position, means that you're going to say no to many opportunities. But that's the important point. You need to figure out which of those look like real opportunities and which of those will look like just establishing, like just surrender in a way. I don't know if I'm picking the right words here, but the entire idea of this is that you're not just settling. That's the point. If somehow you're taking a decision or you're taking a path that feels like you're settling, there's probably something problematic here. There's probably something that doesn't align with what you really want, with what you're truly searching for. And once again, this doesn't have to be forever. This is not a decision that's going to mark your entire life and you won't be able to change that. That will never happen. You will definitely have the opportunities and you will definitely have the choices to move forward, to go into a different direction. Once again, I'm telling all of this from my experience because these are the things that I am struggling with in the current times. These are kind of the phrases and the topics that I've been having in my mind the last couple of days because I have been struggling with decisions, with opportunities. And I think this is kind of the space in which we could possibly talk or discuss about it, or simply just me kind of putting all of this outside in a way. So yeah, there will be multiple opportunities, or there will be some choices that is going to be in front of you, but it's very important for you to understand whether those are real opportunities, or maybe it's you getting back to some sort of comfort zone and it will feel like some sort of settling. And I'm saying this because I've actually been through that the last couple of weeks. I kind of had a choice to get back to a job, or well, to an industry that I'm not really a fan of, but I am very good at because I spent many years working at it. I already understand the context. I know how the business works, so I'm kind of good at it. But I can see how the way that the things work in that industry doesn't truly align with what I really want to do. And actually, that's why I got out from it, because I wanted to do things differently. I have something to stand for. I have kind of my own mythology or my own principles to truly build upon and to show everyone that this could potentially work. And just accepting this other idea, sure, it could be helpful in the short term. I ain't gonna lie, it was tempting because of that. Because it could have been some establishment in the short term scenario. And it will help me to stabilize multiple things. Once again, I'm kind of dealing with a lot of uncertainty. But what would that mean in the long term scenario? I need to think about whether I am restricting my own capabilities, my own skills, by just taking that. And it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. Right now, and I literally just started reading this book, The Flush. Yes, that's the name. I'm starting to read The Flush. And it's very interesting because it truly talks about this idea of exposing yourself, or taking more risks. And I'm barely starting. I haven't truly read that, so I will probably mention that in the next one. But I think it's kind of an important part. You are able to expose yourself, or to get out of the real comfort zone, once you thought about your real principle or your real goal, or this sort of idea that you are able to fight for, that you are able to go all in for, that you are able to fall, to fail, to be even completely destroyed. And once again, that's not easy to say. I am kind of getting out of being completely destroyed on a certain outcome that I just gave a full year of dedication. And it's me learning. It's not just a full year wasted. There's a lot of learning through all that, because I had a shitty partner. It's that simple. But now I'm learning from that, and I need to move forward because my goals remain, my principle remains, and I still know what I want to achieve. I still want to work towards that. I just have to do that differently. But once again, I will not be defined by what I settle for or my current needs in the present. I will be defined by the actions that I do and whether those actions are aligned with my own principles. I think that's even a stronger perspective here. Like, you can completely destroy your life, or you can settle forever thinking about results, constantly thinking about results. And if you're going to measure everything simply by results, you're probably going to be scared of multiple things, because that creates anxiety, because you don't know if the outcome is going to be good, it's going to be positive, and the most likely thing is that it won't be positive, it won't be a good outcome. But if you have this strong principle, maybe that shouldn't stop you. And I don't know if I'm the best one to tell you this. I don't know if I'm the best one to say all of these things, but at least I'm trying. And at least I'm speaking from experience and from honesty. So yeah, it's kind of the question here. If you stand for nothing, then what will you fall for? What are you willing to go all in for? What are your principles? What is your real intrinsic motivation in life to do anything? Once you define that, you're probably going to be stronger in your decisions and in your own path. And hey, if that's not freedom, I guess we will have to discuss the real concept of freedom. And we will have a lot of argue there, definitely. So that's it, I guess. I hope this finds anyone who needs it, and let's keep on asking to ourselves whether our actions are truly aligned with our beliefs. Wish you the best.